Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Tom, and hope you guys are staying home, hope you guys are staying safe. But in this video, what I want to do is share with you guys how we are currently navigating through the turbulence times that all Amazon FBA sellers are experiencing. This is definitely something that's very unprecedented, something I've never experienced before. So yeah, just gonna be sharing some tactics and whatever that we're using to hopefully help you with your Amazon FBA business. Now, the first thing I do want to say is that whenever times are like this, there's also a lot of opportunities depending on how well prepared you are. Now, the first thing is we've definitely noticed a decline in sales you guys just saw. But having said that, most of it contributes to one factor, and that is, well, two factors. The first is obviously the virus. The second factor is the fact that a lot of the listings right now, if you go on it, it will say if you want to buy today, it's going to come a month later. So who wants to do that, right? Like if you want to buy something, you don't want to wait for a month. Like Amazon Prime usually ships in a day or two. So that's obviously a huge issue, and a lot of people are not buying because of that. Now, how we are combating that issue is we are switching all of our listings from FBA to FBM. FBM stands for fulfilled by merchant, meaning that if someone buys your product on Amazon, you have to actually fulfill the order yourself instead of relying on Amazon. But having said that, you don't need to do that because there are companies called 3PLs, that stands for third party logistics. I'm gonna list some down in the description box, and maybe you guys can contact them, hopefully sign up for an account with them, and you can send all your products to their warehouse and then switch your listing to FBM. And whenever someone buys a product on Amazon, you can actually ship that product out within 2 to 5 days through the 3PL. So that is definitely something I would highly recommend if your product right now is shipping out a month later. Having said that as well, is you might have to retrieve some products from Amazon's warehouse, retrieve that and then send it off. At the end of the day, each retrieval I think is 50 cents. So you got to do the math on that and making sure that everything adds up and making sure that you can still make money. And in terms of the 3PL, you might be wondering like how much does it cost? Just contact them. Their rates are actually quite competitive with Amazon. So it's not something like you have to pay double or triple for shipping and warehousing and all that type of stuff. So that's really number one. Now, number two, what we're actually doing right now is we're gonna start experimenting with ranking. Now, you might be like, ranking? Well, why would you want to rank right now? The reason why we want to rank right now is because, well, other people are not ranking, so sales are slow. So if sales are slow for your entire niche, if your sales are slow for your entire category, it's actually much easier for you to rank. So what we're doing right now is we're picking keywords that have a lot of search volume, like the keywords that we didn't want to go for before because it was just going to take too much giveaways. But now we're actually finding keywords that is a little bit on the more competitive side. So we're gonna be doing giveaways for those keywords, and hopefully that will, boost up our ranking. And when this whole thing is over, at least we'll get more visibility, and this ranking campaign is gonna cost a lot cheaper than if everybody is selling well right now, right? So that's the second thing we're doing. And the third thing right now is, we have employees, and for them, so I'm gonna openly say this, like I'm not the best manager, I'm not the best person to basically making sure they're on track with their goals and stuff like that. It's just not one of my strengths. Okay, I have many strengths, I have many weaknesses, and I think that's one of my weaknesses. And in terms of keeping the whole team motivated, I think it's really important for everybody to know what their goals are. So Christina and I, my girlfriend and I, we're gonna basically sit down, review everybody's goals, making sure that they know their goals, and making sure that they're working towards their goals. So that's that, right? One of the questions that I get asked a lot is this still a good time to actually start an Amazon FBA business? That's a very interesting question because it's definitely not the perfect time. It's like not like a year ago or 5 years ago, but there's a saying that the best time was 5 years ago, the second best time is today. So do I still think Amazon's an amazing opportunity? The answer is yes. More now, like more than ever now, Amazon is actually getting more demand, and I think a lot of people are shopping from home and they understand, wow, like shopping from home is so easy. So I think actually Amazon's getting more traffic, and the awareness of shopping online is increasing. So you can be a part of that rising tide. But having said all that, right now, there's obviously some challenges for beginners that are jumping to Amazon. For example, shipping your products. But how you avoid that is, again, do it through the 3PL. and get them to fulfill everything for you and build up your reviews. And then when that's all said and done, at least you have reviews, you got ranking, and then you'll just switch back to an FBA listing pretty easily. So that's what I would do if I was a beginner right now. I really don't recommend waiting around for 3 months, 6 months. And I'm not saying this to scare you, because I think I'm a very optimistic person, but let's call a spade. And I think right now it's really important to look at the macro pictures and the economics of what's going on in the world right now. In 2008, I was in high school. I didn't understand anything, but now I'm a little bit more aware of what's going on. I've spoken to a lot of really successful people that survived 2008, came out on top, made millions of dollars during that time. This is what they all said. They said, right now you might see things being very turbulent, and stock market is going up 10%, dropping 10% the next day. So very, very, like this, right? But having said that, that's very short term. The long-term effect is actually going to kick in about 6 months to a year, even a year and a half or 2 years. So what they're saying right now is it's actually not like that bad. It's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. So it's going to get worse in 6 months, 12 months, a year and a half. And then after that, it's going to get better. So the question is, like, do you want to wait around for 2 years before you start this thing, or do you want to start slowly today? If it was up to me, I picked I would start today, because then, 2 years, that's a long time. I don't want to wait around for 2 years. That's just not my personality. So yeah, looking historically in terms of the recessions and stuff like that, there's a saying that says a recession is when your neighbors lose their job, and a depression is when you lose your job. So right now in Canada, at least, a lot of layoffs, right? A lot of layoffs, and people are losing their jobs. But if you're watching this right now and you just got laid off and you're scared, you're worried, you're unsure of what's going on, just know that everything will be okay. Like, it's gonna get better, okay? Like, things are definitely getting better, and they will get better, so believe that. But I do want to say a couple of other things that can help you with working from home, because that's all we're doing right now, and now I have some experience in doing that, because the first 2 years of my Amazon business, I've been working from home, so this is not anything too new to me. I think it's really important, and this is something that me and my girlfriend we just talked about as well, is setting up a daily routine. This is so important. So today, I literally just shaved, showered, I got dressed up. But for the first 2 weeks of this quarantine sitting at home, I've been a lazy piece of crap, okay? I'm not gonna lie about it. And it's just been very demotivating. But I basically said, I think this is gonna last for a very long time. By very long, I mean at least 12 weeks in my opinion, so that's 3 months. So I think the first 2 weeks was really kind of a shock for everyone. I was very angry at the government for them not doing anything, but then now I kind of realized, what's the point of that? Control what you can control. So that's my daily life. And what I'm doing now is having a routine every single day. We're gonna wake up early in the morning. We're gonna get back to meditating. So I started meditating, I don't know, 3-6 months ago, but 3 or 4 months ago, and I stopped. But we're gonna go back to meditating, eating healthy, cooking at home. I just actually set up a gym in my office, which is pretty sweet. I just bought a bunch of squat racks and stuff, and got a barbell. So I'm super excited for that. Oh my God, I was going crazy at home. These home workouts suck, okay? The rubber bands, no, it just doesn't do justice. I need to feel the iron in my hand. So just went for a really good workout, feeling really, really pumped. I think one of the biggest mind shifts that I had was this is gonna last for a long time. This is not something that's gonna be over in 3 months or 6 months or even a year. A recession is something that's very serious. It's going to impact a lot of people, and ultimately that it's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better. And I'm not trying to scare anybody here. I'm just trying to be realistic and trying to tell you guys, if you're not prepared right now, you need to get off your ass and do something, whether that's delivery, skip the dishes, or whatever you gotta do, because this is actually still the beginning. It's going to drag on for a long time, and that's really what a recession is. It doesn't just fix itself in 1 quarter. So be prepared, and know that those times are coming, and formulate a plan. So anyway, I hope this video helped you guys. I hope this has been helpful. Let me know if I can support you guys anyway. Leave a comment down below. But more importantly, I hope you guys are staying safe, and I hope you guys are, just a weird time for a business owner right now. Even my coaching business, the revenue declined by like 90%. You know, it's pretty much non-existent now. And Amazon business went down, as you guys saw. And but we'll get through this. Like, I'm not someone who's gonna just sit at home and cry about it. Yeah, we're gonna do something about it, and hopefully you guys are doing that as well. And yeah, we'll get this through together, guys. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me a thumbs up, comment something down below, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.